What's up, guys?
I mean, you guys haven't seen. We're back in the studio in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And we have a special guest. Special guest, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? I'm Brandon Curet.
Also known as Mozzarella Stick King.
Yeah.
The king of all things mozzarella.
Now, I heard you travel across the country just judging places by their mozzarella sticks.
That's not true, but don't give me ideas, because I'll do it.
You guys have seen him before, at least heard his voice. He's been on the show a couple times. A family of the show, obviously. But we obviously have a group chat because everybody has a group chat.
Yeah, right.
And some interesting conversations come up in said group chat.
Mm-hmm.
This week, it was about President or ex-President Trump and all the people he pardoned.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys listened last week, you would know one of the rumors that we talked about was Trump pardoning Lil Wayne. And it turns out that rumor turned out to be true.
Yeah, they were talking about it for a while that it was going to happen ever since his little photo op with Trump back in October.
Right.
And he pleaded guilty to the gun charge. And now January 20th came around and he's good.
So...
that conversation brought us to...
the group chat. Yeah. So, the topic was, is Lil Wayne a sellout? And there was some feelings about that. I don't think he's a sellout.
I believe the conversation came around because we were comparing the situation to Tekashi, right?
Yeah, so I think I might have just came in hot and just said I don't see the difference between what, Lil Wayne was doing to what Tekashi did in order to kind of save his own ass. And then the conversation just kind of started snowballing from there.
Well, elaborate. Why do you think it's basically the same situation?
I don't to me, and again, this is coming from someone from the suburbs, so you know what I mean? I'm not your point person, But I don't know. I feel like in a sense, they're no different from each other because they both did something to save their own ass. You know what I mean? Whether it's, I don't know if it quid pro quo or whatever that thing is, pretty much like a favor for a favor. You know what I mean? So we know for a fact that Trump's team was, reaching out to these rappers and so offering them money and stuff to make appearances on his behalf. And then, Lil Wayne just so happens to get a pardon, whereas Tekashi, he snitched to save his own ass too. So I personally don't see a difference in what they did to save themselves. So
now you're a big Lil
well,
Wayne
yeah,
fan.
I am a Lil Wayne fan, and to be honest, when I was hearing about the gun charge in general, when it first happened, I thought to myself that, okay, what was he doing with the gun in the first place? Obviously, the basic thing, you weren't supposed to have it. Why did you have it in the first place? You put yourself in the situation. But when I think about it more, though, I really don't look at it as far as he did anything that wasn't proper, because I don't believe what he was doing affected anyone except himself, because what Tekashi was doing, it put other people in jail. Whether those people deserve to be there or not, one of them was taking people down with them, and the other one literally pled guilty to the charge and was facing whatever the judge was going to give him.
So you think that what he did was only going to hurt himself, so nobody else is going to go to jail because of it. He was taking a risk on his own, and he was covering his own ass.
Yeah.
As opposed to Tekashi 6ix9ine, who just sold everybody down the river so he could be free to continue beef, right? It's like he didn't even learn his lesson. He just came back fuego.
On top of that, I mean, maybe I was wrong, but the gun charge that recently happened was in December, right? And he did
I think it was relatively recent, yeah.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
In Florida.
How quickly could those balls be rolling too? If it was we'll tell you you do photo opportunity with me and maybe I'll pardon you. How quickly could that be happening though, because Trump doesn't work that fast.
Yeah, but I mean, if Trump is really trying to get that demographic of voters to kind of swing his direction, I'm sure his team is, working hard and working quick on those sort of things. You know what I mean?
I 100% believe that. Okay. I too believe that. I don't want to say Lil Wayne's a sellout, but like Lil Wayne hasn't been poor in a really long time.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He's not exactly a hip hop star anymore. He's
not the same artist he was in 2009, 2010.
He's a pop star.
So like anything he says doesn't really hold water in my book because it's like you are so far removed that I don't even take you seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an older man now. Why do you need a gun? I think you said that in the group.
Yeah. Like, why are your pants so low? Why are your pants so saggy? You're damn near 40. Like,
I don't know.
He'll try to skateboard.
I don't think he even takes himself too serious anymore. Too. I'm sure when he was growing up and like when he was in the rap game, like the way he was back in the 2000s and everything, I'm sure he took himself as super serious as he needed to. He was repping Blood. He was with all the hardest rappers. He did what he had to. But now he's a skateboarder and he has his own clothing line.
He's got mad money.
You know, he doesn't have to be that. I don't feel like now he's trying to be he's not doing what Tekashi did and going on the Breakfast Club saying, "Oh, you want to see how gangsta I am?"
So in the group chat, I was like, I didn't believe that it was the same thing because Tekashi was out here running his mouth, knowing that he had no real backup, and people kept telling him, "Hey, maybe you should shut the fuck up," and he just didn't shut the fuck up.
Yes, that's very true. But I think I'm just looking at it from a broader sense of. At the end of the day, you're either going to jail or you're not going to jail.
Yeah.
If the court says to Tekashi, which they threw the book at him, they said, look, like you're either going to be doing, let's say, close to life or whatever. I don't know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But if they're saying you're going to be doing that long, and we want you to, help us indict more people or get more people in trouble in order to save your own ass, then that's what he had to do. If Trump is saying, like do this for me and I'll take care of you on the back end, whatever, blah blah. Then it's the same in my eyes. I don't know.
So do you think that, because I guess you had to write letters, recommendations, and Deion Sanders was actually one of the people who wrote a recommendation for Lil Wayne, which I thought was like so fucking weird, right? Out of all
a football player?
Yeah. Like,
that's so random.
Isn't that so random? Like, as if there's not a million other people to write it, Deion Sanders is writing it. So yeah. But it was funny because when I first saw that photo op, I felt like it was planned. Like there was something more behind it. So I definitely thought there was an exchange there. I just feel like someone like Lil Wayne he's not in the street, so why are we still holding him to street code?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then on the other end, you got to look at like people like Snoop Dogg. Like he's still kind of not that he's like out there throwing the blue flags around or whatever, but he still has that.
Right, which is weird.
Status, if you will.
Which is weird because he had a problem with WAP. With the Cardi B, yeah, he had a problem with that song. So, like, you see what I'm saying when I say...
Have you seen some of his old album covers?
Exactly. So, can you see what I'm saying?
Doggy style?
Yeah,
like it's like, Snoop Dogg, you're how old? Like, you have a Emmy nominated Critics' Choice show with fucking Martha Stewart. Why am I taking what the fuck you say about street code now? I'm not talking about that, and I'm not saying not listening to wisdom, and obviously there was things that he learned that's super relevant now. I'm saying the street code now is not what the street code was when you were coming up.
No.
Yeah.
So why would I hold Snoop Dogg, who has a family-friendly show on VH1, with Martha Stewart, whether she wants to do
doing the Tostitos Scoops commercial, like what?
For avocado, you're like on WWE. It's not the same.
Yeah, no. To be honest, like I can see where you're coming from that because once you get to a certain point, you're not going through the same problems anymore. You don't identify with the people that you used to anymore. I mean, Wayne has even said himself he doesn't identify with the Black Lives Matter issue because that's not the life he lives, so he doesn't know it. He doesn't know the struggle. He doesn't talk about the struggle because he himself doesn't want to disrespect what the struggle is because he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Well, but then that also brings up this whole other question of like, hello, didn't you come from being poor? Wasn't that your whole story? So it's not like you've had to have faced it at some point. But again, it's true. you're like a super rich, cool black dude.
And also, none of his music, I could be wrong, but I never interpreted any of Lil Wayne's music to be anything political or about something that like has to do with other than money and bitches and houses. You know, I've never heard a Lil Wayne song that was about civil rights.
Yeah, he's never made conscious rap. That is interesting.
But that's the thing. He doesn't talk about stuff he doesn't know.
And we went to his last concert where it was like 99% white kids.
With Blink-182, remember?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it was 99% white kids.
Yeah.
All, I'm so surprised they even knew half of the songs. Like...
But now, do you just think that the fame has kind of taken him to that next level to where he just chooses not to see what he doesn't want to or doesn't want to get involved? Like, there's people like Michael Jordan that, like, he's very quiet when it comes to a lot of other shit, like, you know, whether it's Black Lives Matter, even though I think he made, like, a comment or something in support of whatever. But as for everything else, he normally keeps hush-hush, you know?
But someone like Michael Jordan, it's funny because it's that double-edged sword of, yeah, he doesn't say anything, and I'm sure he does donate to a lot of causes, and he helps a lot of charities.
Let's hope.
But one of his, you know, he's the person behind one of the biggest sneakers that always caused such a big thing when it comes to theft, when it comes to kids being bullied. You know, people prioritizing style over paying bills, paying rent. You know, always got the freshest Jordans, but
got hold of the underwear.
Exactly. So he's like that's a double-edged sword too. But I just feel like Tekashi. Here's the thing, right? Because they also pardoned Kodak Black, which was, you know, he didn't get a photo op with Trump, but they pardoned him.
Yeah, what was it with that? That's what I would...
I have no idea. That came out of left field.
That must have been like written in somewhere. He's like, what about this one that says something about Kodak Black? I thought I don't have any pictures developed.
So the reason that he was pardoned, besides like all the letters that he got from other rappers, was because of all the work that he did outside of music. So that means even when he was in jail, he was helping small businesses in Florida. During the pandemic, he was sending kids to school, he was paying for books, he was doing... So it was more about all the charity that he was doing while he was outside. Even though he'd be on some... Yeah, even though he'd be on some unkosher shit.
So the charge that he was which is crazy because there's another charge that he wasn't pardoned for that now he's fighting.
Like sexual assault or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But Kodak Black's gun charge, I think, is way different than Lil Wayne's gun charge. His gun charge was about falsifying federal documents in order to receive guns. Lil Wayne just had a gun.
Yeah, but he's a felon who's not supposed to have a gun.
But he wasn't lying. He wasn't falsifying information to get
close to 40
guns.
It doesn't... What? No. Okay, I can't agree with that because he didn't have to...
Lil Wayne had a gold-plated pistol that was probably a novelty item to him.
He didn't falsify paperwork because he didn't do no paperwork because he had it illegally.
Exactly, but that's what I was saying. Like, if you're gonna go to the offices in downtown with papers that say the wrong information, I think that's just something different. It almost sounds like he was trying to do a scheme.
Well, guess what? He didn't have to take a picture with Trump and he still got pardoned, so I guess he's pretty smart.
That's what I'm saying. What was the deal?
I guess he's pretty smart, huh?
Because Lil Wayne just dropped a song, too, and he doesn't mention Trump, but he mentions the fact that he got off.
Who knows if there's maybe like, hey, I'll let you out now, but then you got to endorse me if I try to run in 2024, or if my daughter runs in Florida, which I heard rumor of Ivanka was thinking about running in Florida. I don't know if it's true. That might have been for last week's episode. Heard she was considering running in Florida, but maybe since he's a Floridian himself, maybe he might try to.
Damn. I don't know if that's going to get her elected, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to get her elected.
Okay, but here's the backside.
In Florida, you need to win over the old people.
But here's the other thing, right? Even if they use Lil Wayne to get the black vote, are black people really going to follow Lil Wayne's endorsement?
Yeah.
Let's be real.
I dare to find a black person at one of his concerts.
Yeah, well, I mean, based off the election results, I don't think that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the black vote really went to the Biden-Harris campaign rather than the Trump campaign. So
yeah, so it's kind of like, what's really the end game with all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, Lil Wayne's gonna just go back to his house, sell some more Drake, Nicki Minaj songs, and skate his way through life. Like, he's living pretty good.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like he's kind of reached that level of, fuck y'all, I'm just gonna be like, do me regardless.
Yeah.
So,
And guess what? He's still gonna get invited to the parties.
He's still gonna be there.
His release drops are still gonna be
And
on Twitter.
I'm still gonna drive to see his concert.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Like, I can't even lie. Like, if we're like, yo, you guys want to see Lil Wayne? Yeah, fuck it, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go out. Yeah, let's go see Lil Wayne. So,
like, I don't know. He got pardoned by Trump. Maybe we should go, you know? I mean...
So, in your opinion, he hasn't lost or gained any street cred with this move. What do you think?
I would say that's pretty accurate. Yeah, I don't think he's lost. I think his diehard fans are still going to support him no matter what. I think the people that don't give a shit about him are still going to be like, Lil Wayne who? I don't know. I feel like it is what it is. It's kind of just in that gray area of you either love him or you hate him. Or, sorry, that black and white area, not the gray area. You either love him or you hate him. So,
do you think, are you going to have the same reaction to when a Lil Wayne song comes on, when a Tekashi song comes on? Because I usually change it.
Yeah, because I don't listen to Tekashi.
Are you gonna be like?
It's funny. It's so funny you mentioned that because there's times I'll be driving in the car and like if R. Kelly song comes on, I'm like, nope, gotta change it.
I gotta change
and then
it.
like Michael Jackson song comes on, I'm like, damn, but I'm really vibing to this right now. Like, do I change it? Tory Lanez comes on, damn, do I change it? You know, so.
And especially since our devices are studying us now, and all the advertisement algorithms are based on what you do listen to. So if you don't want anything to do with R. Kelly, do not listen to his music, right?
No.
The same thing. Is it going to be the same thing with Weezy now?
Yeah, I don't know. But like, I only really listen to like the Weezy that I listened to is the same Weezy I was listening to in like 2009, 2010, like the older stuff. Yeah. Like I thought the last Carter album was hot garbage. So
it was hot.
And guys, he was also fighting like this crazy thing with Cash Money. Okay, he had a lot on his plate. You know, cut him some slack. It was probably music that was locked up, not supposed to be out there in the world.
I got a great question for the both. I got a question for the both of y'all. Do you think if he would have known for sure that he was getting this pardon, he would have maybe not sold all of Drake's stuff?
Oh shit, he did do that because of that. So he did do that.
You think that move was a little too early?
So the reason he did that was because he was like I'm going to jail and I need to make sure everybody's taken care of. Definitely early on that call.
Yeah.
And I also think it's fucked up that he did that, considering all the shit that he went through with Birdman.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the pot calling the kettle black at that point.
Drake's gonna go through that entire process.
But Drake didn't fuck his girl while he was in jail, guys. I don't know what Nicky did. True. Nicky was just living her life. She just wanted to get married, have a kid, and live her life. I don't know what the beef was. But Drake did have sex with his girl while he was in jail. So I feel like that might be...
But then that's like the same reason why Tekashi snitched. Like the people in his crew were trying to bang his baby mama. And so he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell all my friends because they didn't kidnap me. You know, like...
He did.
Bro, at that rate, if someone tries to kidnap me, tries to do something to my family or people I love or whatever, fuck that.
You're all going to jail.
Yeah, I'm saving my ass. I'm saving my own ass.
I feel like that escalated because of something he did. I feel like that escalated because of something he did. Like, he was out here being crazy, starting beef, shooting up people. He was acting crazy. I don't know. Maybe he sold his soul to the devil, and that's how he became...
I guess now that you bring that up, Brandon, I do see the similarities.
But I'm still gonna listen to Lil Wayne, though, y'all. If he on a feature,
yeah, I'm still gonna... Yeah. I'm still gonna listen.
He hasn't lost a fan to me.
Like, if Lil Wayne gets his own documentary on Hulu, I'm not gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like, maybe I'll watch this.
Listen, he could drop a terrible album. I'll listen to it and talk shit about it the whole time, but I'll still listen to it, and I'll rewind it to hear it again.
Damn.
I'll be like, oh man, this sucks. Put the next song on. This one's pretty good.
All right, guys, we are about to wrap it up. Oh, real quick, Super Bowl predictions. Who do you think's gonna make it to the end? So wait, I have a funny story to tell everybody. Anyone who knows, our very own Manny here knows that my guy is not ESPN 100, right? But he is for the Bucks. He doesn't know who plays on the Bucks besides Tom Brady, but he is all
I
over
know some of the players.
And let's
Don't
just
test me,
say
though.
Brandon took it upon himself to be like, hey, want to join a football fantasy league? Did he win? I don't even know. Did he win? Did he come out on top?
No, that went to my buddy, but he finished dead last in the league.
Yeah. But I did.
Yeah. But he did beat my brother.
Twice.
Which is twice. So the 2 wins of the year came against my brother, so you can rub that in his face.
Who I would say is a much more diehard fan of this stuff than me.
Oh yeah. I mean, he knows.
He was doing at least.
He was so.
Yeah, he's a seasoned vet when it comes to the fantasy football thing. So for you to beat him twice, that's impressive in its own right.
Yeah, and I was just pressing buttons.
All of the players were Bucks players.
I picked the entire defensive line as one.
Anyway, what are your predictions for Super Bowl? Who do you think is going to make it to Super Bowl, and who do you think is going to win?
Manny, unfortunately, I got to pick against the Bucks. I got to go with Aaron Rodgers. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, Aaron Rodgers has beaten the Cowboys in some pretty intense games. I think, he sees the finish line, and he has his team playing at a really high level, and especially because they're on the road too, or the Bucks are going to be on the road going to Green Bay. If it's really cold, that could throw off some of the other players that are used to warm weather games.
So who do you think Green Bay's playing?
So I'm going to go Green Bay, and I'm going to go with Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes and that team, they are just rolling. I can't pick against them. I mean,
who's winning Super Bowl?
Super Bowl champions are going to be, let's see. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs for the back-to-back this year.
All right.
I think their defense is playing well enough, but that offense is too high-powered. I mean, Travis Kelce, you got the cheetah going deep too, so and their run game's okay too.
Let me ask you this: let's live in the other side of the fence for a second. Let's say Bucks win Super Bowl, and also they're hosting Super Bowl. How big of a deal would you say that is?
That'll be a real big deal. I mean, because look at it this way. Everyone when Tom Brady left the Patriots, everyone was saying, "Oh, he can't win without Bill Belichick," and I mean, he literally, as you see now, he has his team in the NFC Championship. So that'll be a really big deal. Now, I mean, that'll be his 7th ring, I believe. So
it'll be a big deal.
That'll be another feather in his cap, and you got to almost say he's the best to ever do it at that rate.
It'd be a big deal for Manny.
Big deal for me. Yeah, I think
Manny's gonna go to the parade.
Historic.
He's like, my team won. Your team sucks.
His team's not even actually in it.
Oh.
Actually, I guess that's the end of the episode.
Shots fired. All right.
My team hasn't been in it since I was like 2 or 3 years old, man.
Brandon, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at BJ_Curet, Curet.
And if you guys want to follow what we're doing, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Bubble Bath Stories.
You catch me at Got No Time For This.
And you can follow me at Nicky Trends on IG. And be sure to check out our links, because then we have our TikTok on there, our YouTube, website, all that jazz. Thank you very much, Brandon, for joining us. And we